YouTube? Darlington Farm here. It's been 6 months since I bought my Multimatic 200 here. Kind of crazy. It's really blown by here. Thought I would do a video here kind of going over the last 6 months of any problems I've had with it, things I like about it, things I don't like about it. So let's get going. Alright, for starters, the problems I've had with it have been my MVP plug. This is a really cool idea and I really like it. However, just on this last job, this 110 volt little dongle dealy here, one of the pins in it melted, and it doesn't look like it melted the actual cord here a whole lot, but one of the pins in here melted to the point where it was sputtering and the welder was doing all kinds of stupid crap as a result of this. So I was able to pick up another one of these guys over at ATP Welding in Lebanon. I was able to rob that off of one of their machines, so I really appreciate it. Thanks guys, because I didn't notice that until like the afternoon before I had to leave for a job that was 5.5 hours away. So kind of irritating that this has a problem, but awesome because those guys were able to help me out and let me rob one of those. So that was pretty cool. The actual cord itself, there's a little bit of melt on one of the pins here, but nothing like, you know, the burnt inside the plug there. And also I have had issues with dirt getting into the gas ports here. I now leave, well, I leave the little red caps that it comes with. I leave that in the TIG one when I'm not using it, and I have now switched to where I use these Western quick disconnects that have a check valve in them that seems like they keep the dirt out. The first big job I guess second big job I was using this on was kind of in a filthy kind of area where I was putting anchor bolts in concrete and replacing the bottom 18 inches of some handrails. And I ended up getting dirt in there and it just held the solenoid open. And I went to lunch, came back, my gas bottle was empty. So kind of irritating. And also on where the hose here goes from the gas solenoid to the gas block here, Miller, if anybody there is watching, can you please make that a metal fitting? Because this is just a plastic, you know, cheap plastic fitting here. When I was trying to fix, or trying to get the, you know, the crud out of the gas block there, I tried to pull this hose off here and this fitting just snapped right off. Now if you have that problem, you can go to AutoZone and get a windshield washer repair kit. One of the fittings in there is close enough where you can jam it down in the hole there and make it work. Now I still need to see if I can actually get the right Miller part, but at this point I've probably got 20 hours on this machine since I did that, and I've not had any problems with the windshield washer part that's just jammed down in there. But just, you know, if you could make that a metal fitting, that would just be awesome. But other than that, I have not really had any issues. Just mainly the dirt getting in there and that plug. Other than that, this has been a phenomenal machine. I've probably put close to 200 pounds of wire through it at this point. I mean, I have used the crap out of this thing. Like, it has really really had a pretty good working out. I have had it on the roof of shipping containers in 2 different states. It's been, you know, done at this point just hundreds and hundreds of feet of handrail. It's been under a couple pickup trucks. You know, it has just really it's been out in the rain. I guess I forgot to mention that one in my other video there. I was working down in Lexington and was doing stuff in and out of a building. I had my sort of fab station set up outside for my handrail parts, and it started pouring, and I'm talking like 3 inches of rain an hour type rain. This was out there for probably 20 minutes in that. No problems, still works great. I was really upset when I realized that it was raining like that because I thought my welder, my chop saw, and everything else was destroyed. Fortunately, my chop saw and the other stuff was under my big umbrella. This guy, however, was not, and it survived. There's no water on the inside of it. I mean, it still worked in the rain, even though it was soaking wet. Yeah, just an awesome, awesome machine. The only other thing I have that I don't like about it is not the ground clamp itself, but just how short this is. I would really like to be able to just buy an option with this to where you could get, like, say, a 15-foot ground cable and a longer MIG gun. That's the only thing that I do not like about this, is just I know they're probably trying to keep the weight down, but just give me an option when I'm buying the thing to get a longer MIG gun and ground cable. Other than that, like, it will burn 035, 023 wire all day long, no problems, completely flawless. I have not had one bird's nest, one stupidity issue while feeding wire. I will say also, it runs wonderfully off straight CO2. Like, you have the option on this, on the process selector here, to go from C25 to straight CO2. I cannot tell the difference in the way it welds. Like, say with my XMT behind me and voltage sensing feeder, you can really tell the difference between straight CO2 and C25. With this, I can't tell the difference. Like, it is very smooth, very low spatter, just a phenomenal MIG machine. Also, it's a pretty damn good TIG machine too. Like, I haven't ended up using that as much as I thought I would. I ended up picking up not the Miller kit with this, but the HTP kit, which is more or less just a TIG torch on a Superflex hose. It is, on a couple of jobs that I have used it on, it's worked flawlessly. I just haven't used it as much as I thought I would, but I love not having to mess with the gas valve on the torch. I like it how it does lift arc, and that I can just plug it in 110 volts and run off somebody else's electricity and not have to run my engine drive, which is another thing I love about this. This has kind of changed the way I do business. Like, I used to not really go after like the handrails, the grab handles type jobs, like, because it's such a pain in the butt to either rent like a little, you know, bobcat or something like that on a dolly that you can, you know, kind of wheel out to where you're at, or run a crap load of leads off of your welding truck out to where you're working. With this, I just need an extension cord. That's it. I mean, like, I've got about 500 feet of extension cords I can run this guy off of, take it out there to where you're working, do what you need to do, pick it up, throw it in the front seat of your truck, and you're done. Like, it is a phenomenal business tool. Like, this has been the best thing I have purchased for my welding business ever. I mean, like, it just works. It works flawlessly. I know I'm just, you know, kind of going on here, but like, it is just a great machine. Also, I think it would be good if you're just a hobbyist, because like, it is really, like, you can turn it down and it runs 023 wire really well if you're, say, doing like auto body work, and you can also run it off 220 and crank it up and really burn in stuff with MIG. So if you want to do some farm repairs, things like that, just great for that, you know, sort of a general purpose MIG type machine. It's also a pretty decent stick machine too. Not the best. I'm really particular about my stick welders. I definitely prefer my XMT, or, you know, like my Lincoln engine drives, but it's decent. It's passable and it gets the job done. It's also very good as a power source for a spool gun. I've got a Spoolmate 150. I've used it on a couple jobs here. That's great. It's really nice. I can, instead of having to spend a lot of money on a Dynasty, like, you can get pretty thin with that guy. So I can just, you know, spend, I think it was 350 bucks for the spool gun, tank of argon, and you can make aluminum that's pretty thin if you kind of know what you're doing. Like, you know, if you you know, are willing to kind of practice, and you can get down pretty thin with that, which is pretty cool. So great machine. My only gripes are really just put a filter on the gas port, give me an option for a longer MIG gun and ground cable there, and then a brass fitting. Other than that, it has worked flawlessly. Like, I really like it. I've dropped it a couple times, which I was really worried that it killed it. Like, the rain there didn't kill it. Like, I mean, it's a pretty, you know, bulletproof tank of a machine. So I really like it. I'm probably going to pick up a second one here just as a backup, because I do a lot of work that is very far from my house here. Like, I do a lot of work that's 5, 6, you know, 7, 8 hours away, and you know, you're kind of hosed if you're in a town you don't know and you have your machine break. So I'm probably going to pick up a second one just for a backup in case I have any problems with this one. But other than that, like, it has been a very good machine. I really like it. No problems other than, you know, like the plug being burnt and just kind of like the annoying thing of the gas valve there. So anyway, yeah, if you have any questions, just leave me a comment down there. I'll do my best to answer them there. If you are interested, I am thinking about doing a Darlington Farm t-shirt or hoodie, or also, if I've had several people message me and ask to buy the Peacefield Welding hoodies and t-shirts. So let me know if you would like either a Darlington Farm or a Peacefield Welding hat or t-shirt. The t-shirts, I think when I had them made, were like $12. I think the hoodies were like 20 bucks. The hats were about $5 or $6, so it would be just that plus shipping. I'm not trying to make any money here. Just, you know, basically trying to, you know, see if people want any, and if so, I'll go ahead and get some more made. Yeah, again, not trying to make any money here, just, you know, letting you know how much they cost me to have made. So anyway, I'm Darlington Farm. Thank you for watching. Please check back to the channel here, give us a subscribe, give it a thumbs up if you're new to the channel there, and have a good weekend.